Next week, we're gonna bring back the 4v4 court, but this time with double rep. Then, the second Ruffle Ridge Tournament of Champions on Saturday, with basketball gods on Sunday. 3v3 with the longest win streak getting to choose 2 prizes from 25,000 VC, unlimited boosts, or some super retro Pharaoh gear. Yup! Remember to keep an eye on the billboards for the latest clothing drops hitting the
Downtown Detroit shining brightly tonight. What a look at the Motor City from just across the river. And we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Pistons. On Monday, they'll defend home court against the Orlando Magic. And then on Wednesday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the Dallas Mavericks. And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, guys, for all of the star power Blake Griffin had when he was in Los Angeles, it was tough for him to be the leader of the Clippers. There were bigger voices in the locker room, such as CP3 and Doc Rivers. But Pistons coach Dwayne Casey said, in Detroit, he's definitely the leader. When he speaks, everybody listens. This is his team. Kevin?
Yeah, and he has their confidence. David, thank you. And the official start of the season, Chris. Is there any opening day for you that sticks out in the many years you played in the NBA?
One opening game, and I don't remember who we played, but I know it was with Allen Iverson. And AI and I had meetings before the season, and we were talking about just how much we wanted to win. We knew we were coming up on the end of our careers, or I remember never entering a preseason with so much hope because I knew that he was in, I knew that I was in, and we knew that we both wanted it so bad. So I think we both scored 30 or did something crazy like that. I don't remember, but coming out with him that preseason was so special because I knew we were going to set the tone for how our team was going to play, and we were engaged that year.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Chris Paul. And it's Robertson in at the small forward position. And for the Pistons, on the front line, the talented duo of Griffin and Drummond. Reggie Jackson out there with Rose. And it's Brown in at the 3, the small forward. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Detroit. The 11-footer. Griffin's shot is off. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Knocked away. Griffin with the steal. And here we go. The Pistons fast break and the slam by Blake Griffin.
You got to be more physical than that. Griffin, I mean, even when you knock him around, he stays focused on the drive.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Adams. Kicks it to Gallinari. Pass to Paul. Back to Gallinari. 6 to shoot. Shoots. Detroit with the rebound.
Jesus surprises anyone with that, Mitch. When he's left alone like that, you can usually counter.
Rose, good.
And Derrick Rose certainly equipped athletically to punish teams in the paint.
Here's Oklahoma City. 4-point game. Paul outside. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Here's the 3. It's Drummond with the rebound. For Detroit, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. The 11-footer. Jackson misses. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Robertson finds Paul. The Thunder with another miss.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They right now are searching for a bucket.
Rose, no good.
Some very aggressive defense to prevent the easy lay-in.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Paul. And here's Robertson. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Goes up at the stripe, and he nails the jumper.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Here's Jackson, and Adams sends it back. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. On defense, the Thunder trailing by 2, and that one's good. Drummond.
Go-to option on offense. Give Drummond a rock. He'll find a way to score.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Thunder. Paul outside. Here's the lob to Adams. Got a piece of it. Griffin with the steal. Rose goes in, lays it up off the glass. Rose has got his second bucket.
How about the heart on display here tonight from Rose? Just flawless in his attack at the rim. Boy, it's tough to match his quickness. Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And guys, it's clear, though, he enjoys showing off his athleticism. The D can't give him these opportunities.
And he should thank the D for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
The pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Paul for 3. Unable to get that one. And it's Detroit the other way. And there's Rose on the assist by Brown. Rose has got 6.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Well, you look at the former All-Star Andre Drummond and the way he rebounds, Greg. He might be the best in the league in that department.
I mean, few players in the history of the league can go off for 20-plus rebounds on any given night. Drummond's one of them. Attacks the glass on the offensive end so well. His offensive rebounding, for me, sets him apart.
Now here's Paul, following the miss by Griffin. Pass to Robertson. Brown against Gallinari. Griffin on the double team. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in the corner. Here's Adams. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Toughness and energy on the boards and an easy putback to show forward.
Here's Jackson. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Jackson's got his second basket of the night. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Paul for 3. Rebounded by Jackson.
He's forcing things a little bit in this quarter, settling for shots that he'd be better off passing up.
And he makes that one.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Paul. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Gilgeous-Alexander. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field. Detroit leading by 8. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Paul dishes to Gallinari. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in the corner. That shot wide open. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 8 points.
And just a solid way to start the game. 4 of 5.
Here's Rose. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Passes it to Gallinari. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Adams' shot is off.
There's a lesson for you. Don't showboat. Tries to get fancy with the fadeaway, and it backfires.
Brown, good.
Yeah, a big part of this run here has been their ability to score from mid-range.
Paul finds Gallinari. Here's Robertson. A beautiful reverse layup.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
And he gets it to go.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Thunder trailing by 12. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. 8 points for him. Count that bucket.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. Well, if teams are getting shaken up a bit, coach is usually the first to go, get fired. Do you think teams get too trigger happy with that aspect, coach first and then looking at the team?
Yeah, I do. But unfortunately, if you're the head of the team, that's the responsibility, and that's kind of that's your job to take all of the heat. Being a coach is such a thankless job. You don't get thanked unless you win the championship. If not, it's like, good job, okay. We don't care about the fires you put out. We don't care about the players you develop. We don't care about the chemistry you built. You didn't win. And so, yeah, coaches are usually the first to go, and it's unfair. But hopefully they have some connections and they have a good resume, because they'll be back around somewhere else. They'll pop up somewhere else.
They sure will. Pistons, entirely new group now out there, and a new group in here for the Thunder. Nerlens Noel checks in for Adams. Muscala comes in for Robertson. Terrence Ferguson's checked in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Chris Paul. 16 feet away, Dumboya, good. And the Pistons lead by 12.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Gallinari left side. Back to Schroeder. He kicks to Muscala. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Ferguson. From deep three-point range. Rebounded by the Pistons.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
Now we'd like to take this moment to show you the teams that a year ago made a trademark of scoring points off turnovers. Second, the Thunder.
And they turned all those mistakes into points at the other end. That aggressive style really yielding big dividends.
That free throw, no good. And for the Thunder, a lot of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. And so it's Gallinari with it. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. A 12-point game. Now, here is Muscala. He's guarded closely. Schroeder kicks to Gallinari. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Now, last season, a bit of a renaissance for Gallinari.
And the way Gallinari stepped up last season, Kevin, was a big reason the Clippers were as strong as they were. Now, on the other side of 30, he's been playing some of his best basketball here of late.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
You look back at the Blake Griffin trade, many thought the Pistons gave up too much, but it's worked out for them.
Yeah, losing the picks for Griffin, you have to admit it did hurt. But people forget that Griffin is a star player, and he reminded those same people last year. He's become the leader for this franchise as they try to move forward.
Both good from the line that time.
Oh, he's such a good free throw shooter. I mean, it frees him up to be as aggressive as he wants in the post.
Here's Morris. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Yeah, you got to be careful. It's still early. They've expended a lot of energy, but they've also built a nice cushion here.
Deflects the pass, and it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here.
And taking a look here at numbers for Gallinari, he's coming off an excellent season. 4th in free throw percentage. And he also shot his way into the top 5 in percentage from long range. Just a knockdown shooter.
And yeah, he was money from the charity stripe. Only a handful of players shot a better percentage last season. Tremendous asset. There's the pass to Doumbouya. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. There's always at least one joker on every roster. Who was the funniest guy, Chris, you ever played alongside?
Oh, man, by far it's Jay Will. Jay Will, White Chocolate. He was the funniest before the game, after the game, during the game. He would, it'd be a bad call by a ref or something. He'd say something to the ref would laugh and pat him on the butt. I mean, he was, he's a funny guy. He's somewhere right now telling jokes, having somebody laugh and fall out on the floor. It was just his personality. A hard worker, but he definitely was the joker on the court.
First free throw is good. You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. They hadn't made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Well, last season was a successful one for the Pistons. I mean, they made the playoffs as an 8 seed. They were counted out at times, but had a strong second half to make it back to the postseason.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Inside. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Doumbouya's got 6.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
And Chris with the Pistons, an incredible run during February made the difference last season for them.
Yeah, well, the offense had been their weak spot, but it was clicking during that stretch. I mean, this team needs to find a way to play like that all season long. They've showed some flashes of greatness. Now it's just about continuing to improve.
Now, here is Gallinari. After Markieff Morris's miss, Gallinari passes to Schroeder. And the lead is down inside single digits. Detroit leading by 9. A 3 from Morris. Rebound by Muscala. Oklahoma City shooting well right out of the gates here at around 50%. Noel, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Shoots from the baseline, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Wow. Morris has such a soft release. I mean, love seeing the ball roll off his fingertip.
Schroeder kicks to Ferguson. Pass to Gallinari. Clock at 6. It's stolen by Morris. And Morris throws it down.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
Yeah, true. But now it's about sustaining their energy and maintaining the focus.
And Noel throws it down.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Now, here is Morris. He has 6.
The D making that layup look very uncomfortable for him. Good aggressive work down low.
And he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Here's Galloway. Good. Great play set up by Frazier. Frazier's got 3 assists tonight.
A capable scorer. Galloway enjoys working in his mid-range game, I mean, from time to time.
Now, here's Gallinari. He has 5. Back to Noel. Gallinari on the wing. 5 on the clock. Ferguson for 3, and the Thunder another 3.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
Yeah, and this is what you love to see. Both teams going at it, working to get to their spots and cashing in.
Out to the wing. Fires for three. Connects from three-point range. Now it's just a three-point Detroit lead.
Oh, it's all about the assist on that play. He puts it in the perfect spot.
What a performance for Derrick Rose. He has been the story for Detroit. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Chris Paul, an elite defensive player, a student of the game for sure, talks about his knack for making a lot of steals, forcing turnovers.
The steals thing is just something that I've always had a knack for doing, and just I think it's because I watch so much basketball.
Well, you hear about the importance of watching film, Greg. It reveals itself in many ways.
And learning guys' habits, what they like to do, gives them a knack for when to go after steals without hurting his team.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from Detroit?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Yeah, it's a gambling style that pays off, GA, keeping things in disarray for that offense.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the floor for Detroit, Dennis is out there with Dumboya. Then there's Frazier, and it's Galloway in at the shooting guard. So it's the Thunder now, after the basket by Detroit. Now Schroeder, down low, Noel, and Noel throws it down.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, come on, guys. Someone has to rotate over. Defensively, that's just poor communication.
And, Chris, one thing you have to like about Galloway is that he's always prepared to play.
Yeah, Galloway is the type of player that can see 5 minutes on the floor in one game and then start and play 25 minutes the next one. You just think about that focus for consistency. The production can be hit or miss, but he's a great plug-and-play option for a coach in need of filling minutes.
First one falls for him. Chris, you were a tremendous passer. One of my favorites. Are there more playmaking bigs in the NBA now than back in the day?
That's a good question. I don't know if there are more, but I tell you what, there are some exciting ones. And if you guys don't believe me, just turn on the TV and go watch the Nuggets play. There's a man called the Joker, Jokic. Oh, my goodness, can he pass that ball? He and Horford right now, oh, man, two of my favorite passers in the game. Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one, every time.
Ferguson for three. Rebound by the Pistons. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home. Galloway with the bucket.
It started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Thunder trailing by 10. Schroeder dishes to Noel. Passes it to Ferguson. And out of bounds. The Pistons will take it.
And checking out the numbers for Frazier, how he performed last season. He averaged about 5 points per, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. Nothing about his numbers really jump out at you, but he'll come up with a timely play or two every game.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all they need, especially in a tight game. 1 or 2 plays can make all the difference.
Here's what Oklahoma City's schedule is looking like. On Tuesday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the Dallas Mavericks. Then on Monday, they head out on the road and face the Mavericks in Dallas. Now here's Drummond over Noel, and the rejection by Noel. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. That one's in there. The Detroit lead is cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Schroeder.
Oh, even from that range, the floater is one of the toughest shots in the game.
Galloway lets it go from the baseline and nails it. Galloway has got 11 points.
Oh, it's clear that Galloway doesn't lack confidence, showing guts, pulling up off the dribble.
Ferguson's shot is good.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
All right, a moment to check out the stats for Andre Drummond. Great showing for him last season. First in rebounding, 8th in steals, and he finished among the top 10 in blocks, bringing that intimidation factor to the paint.
And getting back to the fact that he led the league in rebounding, you know how hard that is? What a tremendous asset to the team. Free throw good, Frazier.
And a coach that players love is Dwayne Casey. Very vet-friendly, sticks up for his guys in every post-game interview.
Casey is very measured in his approach. He can be a bit slow to change at times, but his players appreciate the consistency.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Griffin comes in for Doumbouya, and Reggie Jackson subbed in for Langston Galloway. That one misses. Thunder trailing by 9. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was the 2018 Coach of the Year, but as we all know, he was fired after that same season by the Raptors. Casey's found a home in Detroit. Casey said, "I have no regrets." Winston Churchill said, "Success consists of going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm." And that's what I've done. So, Kevin, Dwayne Casey is still pounding the rock.
He sure is, and I like that Churchill quote as well. Thanks, David. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander following the bucket by the Pistons. That's tipped. 5 to shoot. Fires from deep. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
He'll do some damage if they give him that shot. Don't give him a clean look. Get out there on him.
That one goes in, and that's now 6 points for Reggie Jackson.
Now, whenever Jackson is driving, the D is nervous. He is just brilliant at completing his drives to the rack.
Paul with the 3. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Griffin. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. And now a 12-point Piston lead.
Oh, man, fantastic awareness from the big man. Drummond has an impressive understanding for when his guys have clean looks.
Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here. Muscala finds Gilgeous-Alexander.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Here's Jackson. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got his 5th rebound in this one. All sorts of time. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. Muscala's got his 2nd basket of the game.
He makes so many hustle plays, and here he's working the offensive glass for the tip.
Count that one. And the Pistons lead by 10.
This system is set up perfectly for him today. I mean, it's allowing him to find a lot of good shots.
Out to the right wing. And the wide open shot from Paul. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 4th assist in this one. Here's Drummond. The Thunder pull it in. Adams has got his 6th rebound on the night. No one near him. Again, Oklahoma City. Pistons leading by 5. Here's Jackson. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
He's not the biggest guy on the court, but Jackson doesn't mind getting his hands dirty. He'll take a knock as long as he can get his points out of it.
Now here's Paul. Over Jackson. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond. With a break in the action, we've got a chance now to look at last year's top rebounder. Number 1, Andre Drummond.
And, you know, he took a lot of pride in being at the top of that rebounding list. When all was said and done, he was a man among boys.
Paul outside. Now the pass to Robertson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Rebound Andre Drummond. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. They've led by as many as 14 points. Here's Drummond, and it goes down 2 points. Drummond's got 6.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
Jackson against Paul. Fires it up. Knocks it loose.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
They get it back. And that one's good. Drummond. And now an 11-point Piston lead.
Oh, he attacks the glass with a ferocity that you have to see to believe. Rebounding, that's his forte.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
Very rich history for Detroit Pistons. They've been a part of the sports scene in Detroit since 1957, and they have 3 championships to their name.
For the Pistons, Bruce Brown comes in for Luke Kennard, and it's Rose in for Frazier. Adams against Drummond. Adams, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Another shot, and that's 2 points on the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 9 points in the quarter.
Shots are just flowing from him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Jackson finds Griffin. The 3 drops in the tray. And the Pistons lead by 12.
Like to see that kind of range from Griffin. He's got a nice stroke for such a physical player.
Here is Paul. Looking to end his cold spell, and it's good on the way in. Paul's got his second bucket of the night.
Oh, you got to talk about those next-level ball handlers. And Chris Paul, he's right there on the list.
Goes up the baseline, and there's another one for the Pistons.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Rose with the double team. Pass to Robertson. Dishes to Paul. Now Detroit moving it up. And Jackson gets it to go. Jackson's got the lead up to 14 now for the Pistons.
Oh, man, and Jackson is terrific at playing both ends of the floor. And his trademark quickness, really putting forth a great effort on defense to come away with that steal.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. Gallinari, he's checked in for Mike Muscala. And Adams kicks to Paul. From outside, off the mark.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
And the basket by Rose.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
We talk about killer instinct all the time. He definitely has it. He's keeping his foot on the pedal here.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And this is Griffin at his best, attacking, knifing inside, putting his athleticism to great use on his dunks.
And it's the Thunder with the ball after the basket by Detroit. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Andre Drummond picks one up.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
The Thunder have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And one of the weaker areas for this group, only shot about 71% from the line a season ago.
That free throw good from Gallinari. Terrence Ferguson's checked in for Oklahoma City. He's perfect from the line this time. And the NBA 2K League, C-Web, the first e-sport operated by a U.S. pro sport. And it's quickly growing. Do you throw down on the sticks?
Yeah, just a little announcement to all the GMs in the 2K League. I am available. I'm a free agent. I'm ready to go. I'm nice on the sticks. I can play career mode, team mode, one-on-one mode. Whatever you need from me, I am ready to go. But I love it, man. It's great to see people who love this game, whether it's virtual or real life. It's hoops, baby.
So much fun. The three. Here's Adams, and terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Adams has got 6.
Just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
He's pulling out all the tricks this quarter. They can't figure out how to stop him.
Thunder trailing by 14. Paul outside. He dishes it to Adams. Jackson against Paul. Over Jackson. Again, the Thunder score.
Man, Paul is so nifty at getting his shot off. I mean, even when being crowded defensively.
Here's Rose. A second chance effort. And there's the nice layup by Griffin. He's got 13.
And Kevin, they've dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
Paul for 3. No good. Shot missing. The Pistons go the other way with it. Griffin attacking. Count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Paul against Jackson. From deep, Gallinari. Here's Adams, and Adams with the slam.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Yeah, guys, but where was the box out? No excuse letting him roam that freely on the glass.
Griffin's shot is off. And so it's Paul bringing it up for the Thunder. They trail by 14. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Detroit's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Brown gets rebounded by Robertson. Oklahoma City shooting it quite well, 52% from the field in the second quarter. Ferguson misses.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Come on, you can't be selfish. You got to be willing to make the next pass. Otherwise, it's just predictable.
So for the Pistons, Markieff Morris is checked in for Andre Drummond. Doumbouya comes in for Bruce Brown. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Jackson. Noel's checked in for Oklahoma City. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Chris Paul. Griffin on the double team. Gallinari surveying the D. Ferguson, the pass to Adams. Kicks to Gallinari. Goes up on the high post. Buries the jump shot. Gallinari's got 4 points in the quarter.
They've tailored their offense around him. And let me tell you, he loves playing in this system.
Here's Rose. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
And the defense tried to slow him down, but Derrick Rose just a handful when he gets around the rim.
Now, here is Gallinari. And so we wrap up the first half. Pistons lead by 14. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Andre, big first half, a lot of energy. What are you guys doing differently tonight?
With active hands in the defensive end, it really got us all hyped up. And, it translates to the offensive end as well, too. So, we're looking real good right now. We just got to put it together in the second half, too.
Transition really working well for you in the first half, Andre. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Reggie Jackson is having one of those nights. He had 18 points, 2 rebounds, and 4 assists. Kenny, what's your take on Detroit so far?
They've done a lot of things well, but the way they've taken care of the basketball, valuing each possession so critical to the tempo, so crucial to the offensive flow. They've got a great rhythm, as smart and as safe as they're playing. They made it clear they're not going to beat themselves today.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Thunder.
Well, you live by the three and you die by the three. And today, they're dying. And as cold as they've been behind the arc, they keep firing from deep. What are you doing? I know they got a lot of ground to make up, but they can't continue with this game plan. Not working.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Reggie Jackson has been sensational.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
Yeah, Greg, and that's somewhat of a surprise. I mean, but he's been really patient and unselfish.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. Robertson and Gallinari at the small and power forward positions. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul, and it's Adams in at the 5, roaming the paint.
And as long as Reggie Jackson is healthy, he's going to give you some punch as a lead guard. Solid scoring option and a guy who's also unselfish in terms of getting his teammates involved.
Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for Jackson. And for the last half-decade, Reggie Jackson has been good for about 15 points a game.
And that is about the consistency you can expect from Jackson. He's always been a talent. The key for him is just staying on the floor.
And so Jackson nails both of them.
Oh, and Jackson is not just a terrific shooter, but a fantastic defender as well, using his great speed on both ends.
Robertson finds Gallinari to the middle and stolen by Drummond. Here's Griffin. Great touch on the 16-footer. Griffin's got 17 now.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
Oh, I do too, Greg. You have to go to your best scorers. I mean, it's a smart strategy, and so far, it's paying off in this game.
Good again. He's on tonight. 9 for 13 shooting.
Look at that. Griffin is such an incredible talent. He's made a living off finding ways to score through contact.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost them.
Yeah, you got to be locked in at all times. Their inconsistent play is a big reason why they're losing.
Here's Jackson. Here's Drummond, and he uses the glass on the layup. He's got 10.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Passes to Robertson. Back to Paul. To the paint. To halt the run. And Adams with the slam.
Listen, you can count on Paul to find the open man. His court awareness simply off the charts.
And it's Rose penetrating. Here's Drummond. Some solid defense from Gallinari.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Paul. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Strength and determination. It takes a lot more than that to knock Paul off his shot.
Well, C-Web, Chris Paul can make some fancy passes every so often, but he's considered a great passer for making the right pass at the right time.
Yeah, Kevin, you know it always doesn't have to be about the no-look pass. I mean, Paul is effective by making simple, fundamental passes and keeping his turnovers down. as impressive as his assist totals are, they are even more incredible when you put them up by his low turnover numbers.
Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. Perhaps no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team would be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still is strong as ever.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Well, Blake Griffin has been working on that three-pointer now, Chris, for a while. Has gotten to where it's a factor.
Yeah, Kevin, you're right. And for Blake, he doesn't need to make a ton of threes for it to be effective. All he has to do is keep the defense honest with him so they respect it enough where it opens up the rest of his offense.
And he makes the first.
Paul really has no holes in his game. I mean, he's consistently one of the league's best free throw shooters.
Both free throws good from Paul. Detroit leading by 17. And there's the feed to Griffin. There's the lob to Adams. Well-placed alley-oop pass into the layup.
Oh, yeah, more than anyone, Paul knows to have success, you got to do it with ball movement.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, in Blake Griffin, the Pistons have their biggest star in years, probably going back to their championship team of 2004. A return to all-star form for Blake meant tremendous individual numbers last season. The Pistons hadn't won a playoff game in more than a decade. Still not the result they want in 2019. The Pistons will be trying to capitalize during Blake's prime. Kevin, we'll see where this franchise goes from here.
He sure will, David, but he's a terrific player. Thank you so much. Offensive rebound, and Griffin slams it in.
And the timing Griffin has on the glass, he seems to know exactly when to leap up for rebounds.
And here is Paul. 16 points for him. Pass to Gallinari. Now here's Robertson. A floater, and he sinks the layup. Robertson's got 4 points this quarter.
That's just great touch. The teardrop, well, that's all about feel.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. He's checked in for Rose. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Muscala's checked in. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Pistons. 22 is their biggest lead. It's stolen by Muscala. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Good for his 9th make in just 12 shots. That's an even 75% shooting.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
But when you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Yeah, horrible effort. It appears they may be on the brink of giving up.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Here's Griffin. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Wow, you got to admire the aggression. Drummond leaving no room for error with the nice slam.
Thunder trailing by 15. Robertson the bounce pass. Unloads from 13. A shot by Paul, no good. The Pistons have gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. Here's Jackson. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
No, you're right. He'd take that 10 out of 10 times. He's not going to miss many of those.
And the three ball is good.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
Brown, good.
Oh, and when there's an open man, Jackson finds him, making it look very easy.
Robertson with it. 6 points for him. Nice follow through on the fadeaway. Robertson's got 6 points in the quarter.
His shooting has been a bright spot for them. Otherwise, they've struggled as a whole.
And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. And the Thunder making a change here. Noel's checked in. Jackson against Paul. Noel dishes to Gallinari. And the Thunder another three.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Here's Kennard. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Kennard's got his second basket of the night. Thunder trailing by 11. Knocked loose. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
And Kennard came into the league viewed mostly as a shooter, but he's been able to provide much more than that.
I mean, better than you think when he puts the ball on the floor. Learning how to lean into defenders and step back to open up the shot is a better playmaker than he gets credit for, and we should see him take on a larger role as he develops.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Ferguson's checked in for Gallinari, and Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Paul.
Well, after a promising rookie season, it was tough for second-year guard Luke Kennard. I mean, injuries had him in and out of the lineup as his development was slow.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 21. Noel throws it down.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Detroit leading by 12. And although Kennard righted the ship after the trade deadline, he lacked confidence early.
Yeah, he has a bad habit, Kevin, of not taking the first good look that he gets. And then by doing that, you let the defense adjust to you. Now, when he trusts himself, and as he did more and more last year, he can become a solid contributor to his team.
Here's Griffin. Detroit, no good that time either.
He's done almost no damage from three-point range in this game. No threes in this half, and only one in the first.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
The Thunder have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight. So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Markieff Morris is checked in for Andre Drummond. Doumbouya comes in for Blake Griffin. Langston Galloway's checked in for Brown. And it's Frazier in for Jackson.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Detroit leading by 9. Here's Galloway. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Galloway has got 13 points.
Oh, it's great to see Galloway being aggressive, Kevin. I mean, when he's driving like this, it's a huge bonus.
To the inside, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder.
I love the spirit he's shown tonight, particularly on the offensive end.
And he's gotten to his spots and capitalized. He just needs a little more help from his teammates. I don't know why they're giving him that shot. I mean, he could get it going from three-point range if you don't be careful.
Baseline try. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. On the wing, Morris. He's covered by Noel. Morris with the bucket.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. And that's 13 points for Nerlens Noel. Here's Morris. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Noel's got 4 rebounds in this game. Schroeder kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. To the paint, Noel. And slam dunk by Noel.
Such incredible hops for a center. Look, it allows him to hold his own against any other 5 in the league.
Here's Galloway, and the rejection by Noel. Schroeder outside, launches a 3. Rebound by the Pistons. Here's Galloway. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
The better scorer than some give him credit for. Once Galloway gets going, he's capable of taking over games.
Bounce pass, Schroeder. Plenty of space. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. And here we go, the Pistons fast break. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
He's perfect from the field this quarter. He's giving them the fits out there.
The Pistons have attempted 11 free throws today and converted 8 of them. The Pistons making a change here. Rose is checked in.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
The pass to Noel. Here's Ferguson, covered by Morris. Ferguson misses.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Come on, you can't be selfish. You got to be willing to make the next pass. Otherwise, it's just predictable.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, and it hasn't just been the offensive output. They're putting in the work at the defensive end as well.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Thunder. 17-point game. And it's Terrence Ferguson with the 3. Ferguson's got 13.
Well, he's not going to get an easier look than that. You don't need to double team him, but you can't leave him all alone.
Oklahoma City has gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. Snatched away. Now Detroit moving it up. Here's Kennard. Makes it off the glass. Kennard's got 12 points in just the second half.
Look at Morris break down the defense on this play. If they leave one of his guys open, he's going to get it to him fast.
Ferguson misses. Pistons leading by 16. And it's Rose penetrating, lays it up and banks it in. Rose has got 22 points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Ball stolen. And here they come. Here's Kennard. Finished off the break. 14 points for him.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Now here's Schroeder. Passes it to Ferguson. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
That is not possible. What we just... is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but possible, like you said. Now a timeout called by Detroit. Greg, last season, Dennis Schroeder transitioning to more of a 6-man role with the Thunder.
And for his first go at that role, I thought Schroeder looked really good. He's always been able to score and create, and coming off the bench might be the best spot for him.
Adams checked in for Detroit. Steven Adams, he's checked in for the Thunder.
And here's a look at the stats for Dennis Schroeder. Last season's performance for him. He put up about 15 points a game last season, 4 assists and 3 rebounds. But to have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Yeah, it gives you something you really can rely on going into every game. And you can also work off of him to look to create for others.
Here's Schroeder after the made shot from Sekou Doumbouya.
And the coaching staff loves this effort. They want Drummond to keep swatting shots like this.
And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here.
And looking now at some numbers for Steven Adams. Good season for him last year. 6th in shooting percentage, 16th in rebounding. And he was also among the top 20 in steals. That ability is more unique than folks realize. Very valuable defensively.
And you know, back to his tremendous efficiency shooting last season, top 10 in the league, his dead-eye shooting creates so many opportunities for that offense. Ferguson misses.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
From 18 feet away, Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got rebound number 5 here tonight. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Schroeder against Drummond. Now Schroeder, shot clock at 6. Fires top of the key, and he knocks down the jumper. Schroeder's got 6.
Oh, what a move. Came out of the spin cycle there, stopped and popped. Impressive.
And so is Detroit with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. They got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, he put it on a platter, and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you run an offense.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. They've got Drummond. Doumbouya is out there with Kennard. Then there's Derrick Rose. And it's Galloway in at the 2. That's the group for Detroit right now. Here's Ferguson. Poked loose. Stolen by Rose. Fast break Detroit. Here's Galloway. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And the athleticism Galloway has is impressive. Good at getting out on the break and finishing.
Here's Schroeder. And the NBA is seeming to be at the crossroads of sports and fashion and crisp music. Do you think it's always been this interwoven?
Oh, Kevin, please. You see the outfits they're wearing now? Now I got to be like the old fuddy-duddy, the old guy. Oh, my goodness. Guys are basically coming into the game like, did you turn on the lights before you got dressed in your closet? I mean, I know it's fashion. I'm not speaking about any one guy, but wow. I'm telling you, they've taken fashion to another level. And even though I joke about it, it's always fun anticipating what type of outfit I'm going to see guys walk in. Especially, I love their games. And then I look and I say, wow, they have to be confident on the court because they wore that to the game today. They're confident in life all around.
Overall, right.
Mind the lanes.
Yeah.
Mind the lanes. One shot.
Thunder shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. Pass to Robertson. To the middle. Here's Gallinari. And the layup's good off the glass.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for the Detroit Pistons. Here's another rebound. He hauls in his 20th rebound.
Dominating the glass.
In the painted area, Drummond is a wrecking ball. He finishes through contact like it was nothing.
Here's Paul. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. And that'll be his third foul so far. Griffin's check in for Luke Kennard.
For the Pistons, back on the floor.
Down low, Paul. And he makes good on the layup.
Oh, so composed and confident. I mean, Paul isn't the biggest guy. That doesn't stop him from getting it done inside.
Here's Galloway. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. The alley-oop layup, very well done.
Oh, my goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Galloway has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And that's the role they want for Rose. Getting guys going through his passing, especially when he can find them in rhythm.
Yes, there is that transition from being a player to retirement. It can be a challenge for some. What were the keys that you found in succeeding at that?
Well, first I think is adjusting to the fact you don't have the same schedule. You don't have a physical release that you used to have. You miss the locker room and the camaraderie with all the guys, and so you miss the culture. But secondly, I would say take all the lessons that you learned, and for me this was big, from sports and use them in business. So in business, I became a rookie in other areas. I found a Chris Mullin type in business. I found a Latrell Sprewell type, guys that would mentor you, guys that do a play on their team. Humble yourself, get back to it, get to practice, get to meetings early, stay at practice late, stay at meetings, and be the last one that leaves, and just take the culture of basketball, infuse that athletic personality into the personality of whatever you go into next, and you can use those tenets to have a wonderful retirement and really enjoy it. So for me, it's been awesome. And by the way, I've had twins, and so since retiring, and that'll keep you just as busy as it was you were playing. So you can find ways to keep that same lifestyle.
That's right, and some sound advice too. Now here's Robertson. The pass to Paul. The tray. He can't get it to go. The Pistons have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Here's Brown. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that. Here's Paul. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth, and it's good, 2 points. Paul's got 9 points here in the second half.
You got to know, this is where Paul loves to score, confident from medium range.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Well, after dealing with some injuries the last few seasons, Kevin, the burst of Reggie Jackson just hasn't been there. However, he's transitioned into more of a spot-up scoring role with the team last season, and he took to it after some time.
Scared to come towards us, gotta run from us. Louisville, hush money for my young. With Patino, I take them in casinos. Stack casinos, get all of you. It's like Primo. Worms, I just opened up a can of those. My mother had a flower shop, but I was Sandra's Rose. 2 girls that I like Indiana Jones. I make them walk together like I'm Amber Rose. Yeah. Dad, I got an Uncle Annie. California girl, sweeter than pieces of candy. Had me all in Nipsey hood to go link up with Sammy. Type of hood with bandanas make a family. Head on a swivel like a but I can never dribble. Life too short, I gotta get it before they blow the whistle. My uncle trying to change my energy to stone.
And a different look here for the Pistons. Akers checked in for Drummond. Christian Wood comes in for Blake Griffin. Tony Snell's checked in for Rose. And Tim Frazier subbed in for Jackson. And with Jackson, as you said, C-Webb, it took some time for him to adjust to playing off the ball.
Yeah, Kevin, but once the adjustment was made, he looked great. It's never easy making a big change like that, but if you buy into it, it can work well for him and for the team as they have Blake Griffin doing more of the playmaking within the offense.
Brown drives in, count the basket. Brown's got 4 points in the quarter. Here's Paul. Adams in the high post. Paul passes to Nader. Here's Diallo. Tries again. And Maker sends it back.
Proving he can be an active defender. Great hustle for Maker to stifle the shooter.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Here's Brown. And no good that time. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. Here's Paul. Pass to Nader. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got 6 assists here tonight. Pistons leading by 20. Pass to Wood. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And with a younger generation of fans cutting the cord, Adam Silver has talked about ways, Chris, to make the games, the NBA games, more accessible.
Yeah, and as a guy, Kevin, that played on the West Coast, I know many people aren't happy with this idea, but I say move the games up an hour. Move it to 6 o'clock so that I can watch LeBron on the West Coast when I'm living on the East Coast and be to bed by a normal time where kids can stay up. But how about the streaming? I mean, you can watch it on your phone. It's so many better and different ways now. I mean, before, if you were traveling, you could never watch a game because you had to be by a TV set stuck into a wall. Now, you got your phone, your pads, and everything else. So I love the game. It's becoming more global because of the expansion and how we've gotten players out there in front of fans. And now, with the access that fans have through some type of mobile device, I just love it. I love
it. Inside, and Gallinari throws it down. And so it's Frazier who'll bring it up for Detroit. They have a 19-point lead. Brown, good.
How about this turnaround? He played a fringe role in the first half, and now he's the man for them.
Now here's Paul. To the inside. Gilgeous-Alexander, good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 25 points in the game.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now. Shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
He's getting hotter the deeper we get into this game. I mean, he didn't give him much of anything in the first half.
Here's Paul after the basket by Detroit. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock at 5. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Brown. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
This quarter expending tremendous energy at the offensive end. And he's not slowing down. He's still calling for it.
Pass to Paul. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got assist number 8 here in this one already.
No, he just caught the defense napping. He shoots a very high percentage from three-point range when there's no hand in his face.
Count that one. Oklahoma City has gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. And they pick up 2. Paul's got 13 points in the second half.
And look, he has the ball on a string, a master at changing gears and speeds. I mean, Paul challenges your defense to react.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to him?
Exactly. Give it to the guy with the hot hand as long as you can. Let him try to close this out. He's been dominant this quarter. I mean, he's determined to prevent the lead from getting any bigger.
Here's Snell. It's rebounded by Robertson. Robertson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
He has definitely shown up to play. He's done his part, really just trying to battle his team back into it.
Maker. It's hauled in by Adams. Thunder trailing by 18. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. And it's Gallinari missing. Pistons shooting in offensive execution has been beyond great there. 63% from the floor in this game. Maker misses.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Pistons leading by 18. Baseline J on the way. The shot's good. Maker's got his first points of the night.
This is the touch Maker possesses. A big man who knows he can sink these shots.
Adams' shot is good.
Oh, forget about three-pointers. Give me a look from right in tight. I'll take it all day long.
And Maker with the basket on the assist by Frazier. Frazier's got his 7th assist in the game. Thunder trailing by 20, and the call will be against Thon Maker. That's his first foul. See, Webb, the NBA always trying to improve every aspect of the game, and that includes officiating.
Yeah, and it should include officiating, one of the most important parts of the game and one of the toughest jobs within the business of basketball. I mean, these guys are making calls on the fly without the advantage of the camera at home that we have watching through the screen, or without the advantage of slow motion technology. So first of all, kudos to the refs that go out and give it their best every day. We have the best refs in any of sports, I believe, and we still need to improve on that. The league recognizes that, and I love the fact that everybody's doing it together.
Now Jackson following Chris Paul's three-point attempt. Jackson gets the bucket.
Oh, man, you just have to love how Jackson maintains concentration all the way through. Even with intense defense all over him, he buries these interior shots.
Now here's Paul. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Paul's got 28 points for the game.
Taking things into his own hands. He's been a beast this quarter.
Baseline jumper, and Detroit again with the bucket.
Wow, and with Jackson, he looks to score from any spot on the floor. So effective at getting to the basket as well as pulling up.
The open shot by Paul. Rebound, Detroit. Drummond's Pistons leading by 20. Here's Brown. That one wide left.
Oh, defense, they just took that possession off. I mean, they get away with it that time, but they got to show some more aggression.
Yep, it counts. Jackson with it. There's the dish to Brown. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Steven Adams picks one up.
Well, inconsistency is always the name of the game for rookies, and Bruce Brown felt that as he navigated through his rookie season with the Pistons.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And with Brown, there were moments last season, Chris, where he showed what he could do.
Yeah, and I think he'll be all right in the end, especially on defense. Very tough nose for a guard who does whatever it takes to slow up the multitude of talented point guards in the league that he goes up against.
And Brown drops them both. As it seems like some teams have been in rebuild mode for a long time. Is there a point at which the league should step in and maybe, I don't know, take over or give them guidance?
You know, I really do. And not because it's necessarily the fault of the team, because, it's tough to win a championship. But to be a perennial bottom dweller, basement dweller, it's not good for the fans. And fans like myself, every year comes the first game, we think, hey, we could win a championship, we could do it. But, you know, our thought process is not based in knowledge. It's just based in our hope and will for the team. So you definitely want to keep teams straight. You want to keep them honest. And I think the league could find a way to step in but not step on the toes of ownership.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Without question. They're giving up too many high percentage looks, a trend that they'd like to reverse.
We've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Reggie Jackson.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
He's played up to his full potential tonight, and he's been playing to the crowd, too. He loves being the star attraction, even if it doesn't happen on a regular basis. 1:49 left in the game. Diallo, basket counts.
I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
Kennard, the pass to Maker. Wing shot on the way. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Makes it off the glass. Nader's got 4 points in the quarter. Pistons leading by 18.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Pistons.
They found a great rhythm from long range.
Yeah, Kevin, every time they left a man open deep, he'd get a good shot at the basket. Didn't hesitate, and that aggression paid off.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Reggie Jackson.
Oh, he was the alpha dog out there tonight. Totally in charge of this game. No matter what the situation was, he was the one to dictate the action.
Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's Maker. Good. Great play set up by Frazier.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Oh, Greg, that's the dagger. You could tell they wanted that one. I know that seals the deal. The assist is the key to that sequence. I mean, a great look to set them up.
Here's Kennard. Count it, and he's now 8 of 9 from the floor.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
And that's why they're in the driver's seat right now, looking to put this one away.
And that one's good. Noel.
Timeout.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, how they ended this one is much different than how they started it. And that's a shame.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're up by 20. 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Kennard. To the middle. It's tipped and stolen by Diallo. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock, and the shot goes down.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
A nice shot by Frazier. They've shared the load offensively.
And, guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Diallo finds Noel. Here's Burton. He's looking for Diallo and finds him. And the wing jumper offline. And so Detroit takes this one by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you very much, Blake. Another good night of work offensively. How does the team build on this?
Just keep that rhythm. You know, we're not always going to hit shots every night. Some nights the shots aren't going to fall. So just keeping that rhythm, keeping the ball moving, talking on defense, and relying on each other.
Congrats on a great win, Blake. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you later.